Hey guys, today I've decided I'm going to do Dr. Seuss, the Lorax nails. So I've started off painting 3 nails here on my nail wheel in just this orange. And I'm going to be using just a thin nail brush again today. So basically what I've done here is I have painted the 3 nails orange and I've went ahead and put in some white detail to it. I am not going to show you every step of the white because basically it's just going to be an underline and you guys don't need to watch me paint all that. I have 3 stems coming up here, 1, 2, 3, and they are going to be part of trees that we're going to do later. And then on the center nail we have the Lorax's face starting out. We've outlined his mustache in white and his eyebrows in white because when we add the yellow on, it's going to show up a lot better if we put the white on first. And we've used the back end of our brush to dot in 2 of his eyes. If you guys can tell, his mustache is actually going to come off the first nail on either side and kind of point up on the 2 nails next to it, just kind of to bring him onto a couple of the other nails. And then at the bottom, we've added the word unless. For you guys that haven't seen the movie, the line in it is, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better, it's not. So we're going to put unless on there for the Lorax. We have our white in, and we're going to start adding a couple more colors. I'm going to be working with an acrylic orange and an acrylic yellow right at the moment. The orange, I'm going to use the back end of my brush for another polka dot. And I'm going to dot this orange. It's just a little bit different orange. And you'll see it better when it dries. But basically, you want the oranges to contrast just a little bit. And you're going to add in a nose. And you're going to dot in a mouth for him there. And then we're going to start working with that yellow. And we are going to go over his mustache and we're going to go over his eyebrows and we're going to start going over part of the tafula trees, their stems. So we'll start with his little mustache here. Make it where you guys can see it. And again, basically that white just makes it where you can see the yellow a lot better. Otherwise the yellow and the orange kind of start to fade in together a little bit too much, and I want to be able to see his mustache. It's going to start looking like that. And then the little lines we've done up here. I did 3 lines for his eyebrows just to kind of make them look bushy. You guys can do it just 1 solid line or however you want, but I always think the Lorax is fuzzy, so we're going to make him look kind of fuzzy with those 3 lines. So there's that coming together, and sometimes if the white's showing through, you're just going to want to go through after it dries and add another coat of the yellow on top of it. And there's where his mustache is trailing over onto the nails next to him. Okay, and then on the trees, basically I'm gonna make it white and black and yellow. So I'm just gonna kind of dot along some yellow up through it, through the tree stems, because we're gonna do the colorful tops of the trees here in just a little bit. So something like that, adding some color to it. And then we're going to start working with our next couple of colors here. Next I'm working with a blue. I had a dark blue, but I want his eyes lighter to match what they are in the books and the movies. So I've added a little bit of white to it. And using the back end of my brush again, I swirled the whites of his eyes so that they'd be a little bit larger when I put this blue in. And I'm just going to lightly dot in this blue for his eyes. Like that. So you can still see the white. And then I am going to take just regular black, and I am going to add a very small dot in the center of each of his eyes, so that his eyes kind of come to life a little better. I might have to thin my black a little bit or wait for that to dry a little better, but like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour some more black here because I'm going to go ahead and start the treetops while I'm working with the black. Okay. Sorry about that. That black was getting a little bit clumpy, so I added some new. Okay. Make sure I'm in frame here. I'm gonna go along the stems of the trees like I did with the yellow and add some black lines. Kind of add some detail to the tree trunks. You can do those anyway. Yeah, they're Dr. Seuss, so basically just fun. That's how you're gonna want your trees to look. And I've added a small little stem down here. And I've got this larger one over here. No real pattern to it. All trees are different, so these trees can be too. Now I'm gonna go along the tops of these and start the black outline where I'm gonna make all their little bushy tops to the trees, all the colorful tops of the trees. So I've made a black dot and I'm gonna start swirling out some lines, just different directions. No real pattern to it. However you want them to look, just so they look swirly. Because you're gonna go over this anyway with some different pastel colors or some bright colors, whatever you want to use. Okay, and there's a little tree. Like that. And that. He's kind of running into the other tree, but that's okay, that's how we want it. It's a forest. And one up here. That is coming together. I'm going to go ahead and mix some of the colors for the tops of the trees, and I will show you guys what I'm going to use to mix them when I come back in. And basically you're wanting it to look like that so far. I've started going through the Tafula trees and adding the top colors to them. I've done a light pink up here and a lighter kind of mint green down here. All these acrylic paints, I buy them darker and it's easier to just add white and mix them down if you need a lighter color than have to buy a ton of different colors. For those of you that are just starting out on it, they're pretty inexpensive to buy. They're about $1 at Walmart, or you can get a starter set if they don't carry them at your Walmart craft stores, but they're usually not very expensive. Okay, and I'm just going where we've made our black lines. This one I'm doing purple. It's a light purple, and I am just going along those black lines and adding the purple over the top of them. Again, sometimes this stuff takes more than one layer, but something like this, so that you can still see some of the black outlines, and it kind of gives it some detail, but that we've added some color. So he's gonna look something like that when he's finished. I will add pictures to the end of this just in case you can't see that very well, or if you need to see a still of it so that you can copy on it. But that's how he's gonna look, and I'm gonna go through and touch up, and I always touch up at the end, save some touch-ups for last, and I'll do a clear coat of polish over the top of him, and that will be our Lorax. Thanks for watching.